So after carrying out our survey, we collected data, and after collecting the data, we saw that 50% of the people were in the action stage after saying that they exercise 4 to 5 times a week. So action is making modifications in their behaviour. So we saw that 4 to 5 times a week, that's a lot of times to be exercising. So they've obviously made a change in their regular behaviour to incorporate exercise into their lifestyle. So of over 15% of people we asked said that they participated in a fitness program but ended it because they did not find it beneficiary. This means that they terminated their exercise and therefore in the termination stage as they stopped the exercise they were doing. A further 100% of people said that if there wasn't anything stopping them from exercising, then they would, which meant that the other 50% that did not currently exercise are in the contemplation stage. So when 50% of people said that they exercise 4 to 5 times a week, the other 50% of people that said no to that were in the contemplation stage because they said if there wasn't barriers preventing them from participating in sport, then they would have participated in other sports. So, moving on to the theory of planned behaviour. This is a model of the theory. And it states that if you need attitude, so the right attitude, a social or subjective norm, and perceived behavioural control. You need to have all three of those things to have the intention of changing your behaviour. So, for example, when looking at our data, we found for this model that 75% of people said that they would start exercise if their friends did. And this is one of the things, it's a common thing that people find, that they'll get into a sport because their friends all like to play it, and if your friends do it, then you're likely to join in because you may enjoy your time with your friends and you may see them, you may look up to your friends. They may be role models for you, I don't know, but it can heavily influence what you decide to do, and that's one of the things you need to change to have an intention of changing your behaviour. So starting to exercise, and 75% of people said they would start exercise if their friends did. So moving on to the health belief model, this model shows that if there is a perceived susceptibility of seriousness of disease, then people are more likely to see the perceived threat of the disease, learn about the disease, so get education. If they find they've got symptoms or they see media information and they can recognise that it's a dangerous thing, then they're more likely to change their behaviour. So likelihood of behavioural change is dependent on their age, sex, ethnicity, personality, their knowledge, their education, if they've had any symptoms, if they've seen any media information. All of those factor into the likelihood of if they change their behaviour. So 100% of people said they exercise because of a reduced risk of a disease, and also a further 100% said they knew the benefits of exercise, so they had the cues to action. So they're obviously educated on the benefits of exercise and how exercise can reduce risk of certain diseases, and therefore you're better benefiting yourself. You know the perceived threat of disease, and you're educated, so you've got cues to action, and therefore these people have a higher likelihood of behavioural change when dealing with when thinking about changing your